Hey world, what is going on? It is Miss V, other known as Victoria Chapman from Authentic Vibrations, coming out to do a reading. We are creeping up onto the spring equinox. I just felt it was on my heart to come out and do a reading for y'all. It has been a crazy couple weeks. Everybody that I know is going through massive transformation. It's almost like the last 9 months we've been being rebirthed, and we're really coming into a space now where, it's time to come out into the world and really allow for ourselves to start working with who it is that we've become over these last 9 months. So I've already done all the shuffling and put them where they asked to be. There are 3 different decks that asked to be used and a lot of different cards. So let's just get right into it. So I'm being asked to read it in a few different ways. For anyone that has never listened to my readings before, they are general collective consciousness readings. So this is a theme of the collective conscious that we could be looking at. There may be many of themes. And if you would like your own personal reading, please feel free to hit me up. All my information is in the link below. In the meantime, the way I just go with whatever flow they give me, okay? So I'm just going to rock with it. The first thing that's coming forward right off the hop is the amount of people that have really stepped into themselves. So in the space of awakening your true self. One of the things that they're asking for is for you to be honest with yourself about any areas of your life that you're actually seeing interruption, challenges, roadblocks. They're just really asking for you to become solution oriented so that you can rise above your problems, now facing them from the place of your new authentic self that you've actually come into. So there's the old person that used to do things in one way, and you know what results you used to get because you used to do things in those ways. And now they're asking you to really start deliberately walking with intent, choosing new ways of being to honor the authentic self that you have and are currently stepping into. Okay? So one of the things that they are saying during this time is that they would like for you to move forward fearlessly. They want you to know that your clairvoyance and your claircognizance, all of your senses are working in your favor for and with you at this time. What you're hearing, both internally as well in your external world, are there to provide you contrast and clarity. So it's kind of one of those things that, sometimes we receive this guidance and then all of a sudden we're like, was that real? We don't know if we can trust ourselves. But the new authentic self that you're stepping into really wants you to be honest with yourself so that you can really hear the guidance that is being given to you. They may be coming through as brilliant ideas. Interestingly enough, what I'm seeing right now in my head is like someone sitting at their house and then feeling that they need to move forward and just go out. So they end up leaving their house and they really don't know where they're going or what they're doing. And then all of a sudden they get this feeling that they need to go to a certain location, and they do, and they run into someone that they know there. So you're just really seeing that all of these ideas are coming forward for you to do new things in a way that actually aligns with your true self. Okay? They want you to know that as you honor your feelings of following the inner voice that you're hearing, the guidance that you're receiving, that there is new opportunities coming forward for you. It's kind of like they're saying, you've done your life review, you got clear about what you wanted, you've been clearing up your space mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and they really want you to know that because of that, there is new opportunities that are on their way for you. So they really want you just to remember to expect miracles here. There is financial flow. There's a new abundance that is now available for you because you've made the choice to surrender the ego and start working with your own inner self. I'm hearing that there's a lot of people that have been taking the opportunity to sit in the quiet and to get into nature in order for them to feel that they truly are connected with, these senses. So when we allow for ourselves to truly sit in the quiet or get into nature and truly really feel the abundance that this universe has available for us, we start feeling this harmony. Now, this is saying family harmony, but my sense right now is that the harmony is actually coming from you connecting with yourself more often. So it's almost as though you're seeing the abundance, you're seeing clearly, you're feeling the emotions that show you the contrast. So when you're feeling the high emotions, you know you're on the right path. When you're feeling the low emotions, you know that your perspective is stuck somewhere that your source self is not anymore. Okay? And what I'm hearing is that a lot of people over this last couple of months, especially over this last week, have really started to challenge themselves in new and healthy ways to connect to their own divine, to be one with source energy, and to really remember that all is well in their world. So, first of all, fantastic work. There's so many of us shifting and sorting through all of this stuff that we're going through in life that it really is a detoxification period that we're going through. What thoughts aren't serving us anymore? What feelings aren't serving us anymore? We know the result of the current ways that we've been thinking and feeling. We know the results that they've led us to. How do we now flip the script on that so that we can now start ebbing and flowing in our own true nature, the place that we find in our quiet time, in order for us to be able to detox the rest of our lives. So now I'm seeing like different habits and patterns that people are starting to remember that's not serving me at the highest, in my own highest purpose anymore. That's not serving my highest consciousness. Yes, it is what my human is used to, but that's not where I am anymore. So I need to like sift and sort now through a little bit more of a detailed and more deliberate way of actually looking at things in order for me to be able to really get my ducks in a row, allow myself to truly move forward with the intent that I am deliberately creating. So one of the things that I'm hearing is that there are some people that it would be a benefit to you to go see a counselor. Okay. A lot of people often scoff at the idea of going to speak with someone, and yet it really is in speaking out our mind that we're able to hear our own contradictions and dualities. When we're speaking out loud to people, it really does give us an opportunity to hear like, whoa, that was quite contradictory. So when you go into speak with someone and to receive guidance and insight and counsel, what you're really doing is giving yourself the opportunity to do a life review out loud, to sort and sift through all these thoughts and emotions that are constantly there and around you. A lot of this stuff comes from the past. A lot of it is old stuff that's stuck in our chakras. So one of the other things is that it would be a benefit for anyone that is feeling as though they're a little stuck and not really sure how to move forward, to really go and get some healing done so that you can really move forward in the clarity that you truly have, okay? It really is easier for us to move forward when we are surrounded with people that understand us. A lot of people in this world are having a difficult time going to see a counselor, afraid that they'll then be put on medication, when they're aware that they're just going through something that they have to wrap their head around, that they have to clear out of their energy field, and that they need to release from their past. Find someone that is a holistic healer. Find someone that is a holistic counsel. Find someone that is willing and able to speak with you about not only the psychological confusion and the emotional chaos that you're going through, but also spiritual evolution that you're going through as well. I'm hearing it would be very beneficial because these are problems that are actually already resolved. Okay? They're just asking you to approach it in a different form so that you can really get into alignment with this clarity that you're receiving about the way that the solutions for the problems that you are having at this moment are truly coming to you. They're asking you to pay attention to all of the different signs that you're seeing without discounting or disregarding what they truly mean. So a lot of the times we say to ourselves, okay, I want this sign to show me that this is going to happen. And when we get that specific, if that sign doesn't come up, we often feel like we're not being supported. And yet ultimately, it's just disregarding whatever it is that is coming forward in the form of support. But because you're not looking for that, you're not actually seeing it. So they're just asking you to clear your space, clear your mind, clear your energy. There's some really cool ways of doing energetic things in our body, whether it's tapping with EFT, whether it is allowing for our hand to be the magnet to release all of the energy. When you really start getting into the source self that you are, you'll find multiple ways to actually be able to support your own energy, to know that when you are feeling down and heavy, flipping the script is about using the tools and techniques that are available that do support your mind, body, and soul in shifting through the thinking and emotions and energy that you're experiencing. The next collective that they're going into is a collective that they're seeing is like hot and cold. Seeing 1 foot in, 1 foot out. These really are people that have been aligning with miracles. There's been opportunities that have been coming through, brilliant ideas about how to actually increase your financial flow, how to create family harmonics, how to express your own sexuality, how to be honest with yourself and what needs detoxification, in order for you to truly be able to move fearlessly forward. What I'm hearing is that it's almost like moving from one side of the spectrum to the other, wanting to honor the true feelings that you have found within you, and yet the old part of you that is used to doing things in a certain way is resistant to the new opportunities that you have here and now to evolve your life. This is really a process of awakening your true self. There's an immense amount of love and support and appreciation available to you. But it's like I'm sensing that there is this, the resistance is coming through as self-sabotage. It's like you get quiet with yourself and you really start to hear. You really start to receive the thinking and the feeling and the clearance. But it's almost like then all of a sudden you start entertaining all the reasons that you're unworthy and undeserving of all of it. It's like instead of rising above the problem, you're creating the problem by your old programming, and yet your old programming is not working for you here and now. So what I'm being given at the moment is like a roller coaster. And it's like you get on the ride and you're super excited. And then all of a sudden, halfway through the ride, fear kicks in instead of excitement. So instead of ebbing and flowing and just going on the roller coaster and loving it and laughing and allowing all of your senses to be elated, you're allowing the critical voice to come in and insert fearful thoughts about what could happen on this fun ride. So you spend the first half of the roller coaster loving it. The second half of the roller coaster fearing your life. Two totally different vibrations, right? One is going with exhilaration and eagerness and excitement and fun and laughter and freedom and liberation. And then all of a sudden it's like you plummet into fear and anxiety and distrust. There's this like plethora of heavy emotion of like, it's going into that crisis of let me off this, I'm gonna die, let me off this roller coaster. And yet you're strapped in, you're good. It's available to be there to have fun with, and yet you're working against yourself to make yourself feel normal emotion. When I say normal, what they're saying right now is that we've all been conditioned on a lower frequency, a lower vibration. So when we're in the lower vibrations of boredom and self-doubt and insecurity and anxiety and depression, that becomes a pattern in our whole entire being. So when we step outside the box and we start having a super great time, it's like our body goes into shock, not knowing what to do because it's so used to holding on to and experiencing these heavy emotions that it really doesn't know what to do with itself. What I'm hearing is that it would be a great idea for you to start tuning and tapping in to your emotional system, to start allowing yourself to recognize how much more control you have over your emotions than which you've been giving yourself the opportunity to practice and exercise. So in order to rise above this issue, they're asking for you to truly tap in. They're really asking for you to get quiet. They're asking for you to do the inside work. Asking yourself, what is scary about feeling fantastic? What's scary about feeling joy, elation? Most of us have this answer. This is the answer that they're saying. So human beings often have the answer of, well, I don't want to get myself too excited because then the crash ends up being really difficult. So I would rather just kind of flutter here, have no expectation, and know that if it doesn't turn out, then whatever. I didn't get my hopes up. I'm not disappointed, all this stuff. And yet you still are, okay? Feeling the momentum and excitement of life and love and joy and happiness and health and opportunity and magic, synchronicity, it really feeds our soul. It really is soul food. So when we've been trained, when we've been trained to focus on the low vibration emotions of fear and anxiety and depression and despair and boredom and disappointment, we really pinch ourselves off from being able to be the dual beings that we are, right? So for example, Without us believing that something can happen, things won't happen to begin with. It's the belief that creates the momentum and the excitement and the eagerness and the just sheer joy. Like, think about, sit here for a minute and imagine something that you would love to do in your life and get that picture in your head for a moment. And as you go into that visualization, allow yourself to really think about what you're doing, who you're doing it with. See yourself in action. Who is that person doing what they love doing? Sit with it for a moment. Feel it out. Allow for all of the thoughts that support seeing you in this role. Come forward and create the feelings that are available to be felt when you look at that picture, when you feel yourself in that position. Look at how you behave in that space. Look at who you've become and what you're doing in that space. Who are you serving? Why are you doing it? Look at all of it and just really allow for that energy to rev up. When you come out of taking those few breaths, there's going to be an automatic voice that goes, yeah, that was nice, but this is my reality. Your reality that you are living here and now is from your thoughts and feelings of the past. And in order not to replicate this reality that you're in right here, right now, your thinking, feeling, and envisioning is going to have to support the new vision you just saw right there for that moment. And the more that you can go back to and connect with that and feel that, instead of listening to this voice that constantly reminds you of this current reality, you're just going to keep yourself in a cycle. Okay? There's a lot of people on this planet right now that are doing heart chakra work. There's a lot of past ties to energies from eons and eons and eons ago that are coming to the surface, ready to be released, so that the harmony between beings on the planet can start coming into a cohesive unit of working together. Okay? We are all a part of this. Everyone, including those that are struggling right now, are a part of this. What will determine whether or not we are actively ready to play a role in the shift that's taking place on this planet or not is going to be our own ability to truly trust ourselves, honor our true feelings. What is it that we're hearing? What is it that we're feeling? What are we sensing when we are honest with ourselves about our own ability to overcome and rise above any problems, to align with the reality that all is well, that we do have brilliant ideas, that there are tons of opportunities that are lined up waiting for us as we awaken to our new selves, that will feel like miracles because it will provide new finances, it will provide family harmonics, it will provide our ability to detox all of the critical, negative, old patterns of thinking is available. And the more that we deliberately, consciously, intentionally tune in, tap in, and turn on to that, the more confidence we feel in what it is that we're feeling, sensing, knowing. Okay. Okay. This energy has changed. All right. So, one of the things that they would like to say to those who are just starting out on their own journey of awakening to themselves is that human beings have truly, truly made life complex. And it's really so simple. Yet, we don't often see it this way. We've got two minds, one that's an inner voice that guides us towards our heart desires, and one that's a critical voice that guides us often away from our heart's desires. We can't fire the critical voice, so it really does become about co-facilitating the relationship between them and really coming to an agreement on appreciating the different roles that they play and teaching them how to work together so that they're not always in opposition. I'm feeling this like sense of excitement that people are going through, and yet they kind of don't know what the heck to take of it. So it's like I'm seeing these situations going down where people are tuned in, right? They're honoring their own feelings. I don't know where that card is, but it's here something. Yeah, be honest with yourself. So they're honoring their own feelings. They're like, let's say that you're interacting with someone and normally you're just kind of like on the go, you interact, but there's a little bit of withholding of yourself in the way that you bring in the world and that the way you give yourself and the way you bring in the world. But, excuse me, all of a sudden there's like this place where, you know, let's say that this is what I'm being seen, or this is what I'm being shown, so I'm just going to share it with you the way that I'm seeing it. So it's like, you're going out into the world, I'm seeing someone in the mall, and you know they're used to just looking around and everything's cool and whatever, but now as they look around or as they pass people by and they hear certain things, their soul is calling to them to hear what was just being said. It's something that they have been contemplating, praying about, trying to work through, and as they're awakening to themselves and really coming into their own clairvoyance and clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, as you're really coming in to your own fine-tuned senses, it's like everywhere you look or everything you hear is a part of your puzzle now. And you're like, oh my God, I was just thinking about that this morning as I got ready, and as I walked past that person and they were talking to that other person, they just made mention of what it is that I'm thinking about. You're seeing the synchronicities. You're watching the way that the universe is orchestrating new opportunities coming in, new opportunities for you to truly get into your own center, into your own power, into your own heart, into your own truth. Okay, so now all of a sudden I'm seeing like this beautiful crown chakra open. I'm seeing like a beautiful light purple with sparkles kind of flowing through the top of the head, and it's almost as though this new awakening within you has got you stimulated to this point of excitement. It's like it's so exciting. It's really, really exciting. Now, the only thing is that's kind of coming in and out of this excitement is that it's almost like you go to talk to someone about your experience and the person's like, wow, as if you even interpreted that as though that meant something. Even though in your heart of your hearts and your soul, you know that that was an answer for you about something specific that you've been asking about. So what I'm hearing is just to remember that what you hear and experience in the quiet is none of anybody else's business. And the more that you try and speak openly and out loud about it, the more you're going to be told that you're crazy or that you're losing it or that you're nuts or whatever. There's so many different layers of the ways that people who are not in tune with what is going on in their own world will try to sideline you from experiencing in your own. Okay? So I am hearing that there are new opportunities to meet new people that are on the same page, that will actually understand clairvoyance, that will understand the way that our senses work, that will understand how important it is to be honest with ourselves, to awaken our true selves, to really honor our own feelings, to really honor our own understanding of things. So with this same collective, I'm hearing that in order to protect your peace, be very diligent daily about being in the quiet. If you're not in the quiet, have quiet music playing or upbeat vibrational music playing. You are about to go through quite a detoxification in your life, because as you pay attention to all of these cool synchronicities that are taking place, it really is going to bring forward your highest truth. And your highest truth will require for you to reevaluate things in a different way. So you will go through a life review, and it's going to be so awesome because you're so tapped in that it will be pretty quick navigation to clean up your space is really what it is. So cleaning up your friendships, your relationships, your work, cleaning up your diet, your eating, your sex lives, your habits, your all of it is just kind of going to be a fun sifting and sorting process for you, because it's just new for you coming into this awakening. You're really seeing things. Your third eye is opened. Your heart chakra is like, oh my God, I'm remembering who I am. I'm remembering how this human world works. And it's really, really going to be a fun process for you. It's a really awesome energy. So I'm looking forward to any of you guys going through this process of just coming into your awakening. All right, I'm picking up on someone that is having some issues with family harmony. I'm receiving something about how a partner's sexuality or sexual ways has created some problems that is making someone go through a life review in order to awaken. Okay, so this is on a couple of levels. One, I'm feeling that the sexuality being that people are really coming into their own for this collective. This is about sexuality, who you prefer as a sex. It is about, there's a discord in family dynamics at this moment, due to someone coming out of the closet or being open and honest about their own true feelings and their own sexuality. Just know that the angels are working behind the scenes with you. The source energy is working behind the scenes with you in order for there to become a balance in the family harmonics. It's almost like I'm seeing a collective that was really afraid of coming out to their family, knowing that their family is not new age, and this is still an older generational taboo. I'm seeing like someone that's heartbroken, that's like fighting for their family to accept who they are and what they're about, we're at a point in time in this existence on this planet that choosing not to honor our own feelings and be honest about who we are and what we're about is detrimental to our own mental, emotional, and energetic health and well-being. So, we're conditioned to meet other people's expectations. But when we're hiding a part of who we are and what we're about and what makes us who we are, meeting other people's expectations is irrelevant because we're not meeting our own souls and sources' expectations to be who we are. What I'm hearing is that there is going to be an opportunity. Right now, you just really got to honor your own feelings, okay? Because there is going to be an opportunity for this family harmony to come back into alignment. There's also going to be a new opportunity for you to meet family-like people that will accept you at the level that you are starving to be accepted. If your family is not allowing for them to recognize that it would be in your best interest to accept who you are and what you're about versus their old paradigm of thinking and faulty belief system that love is organized to be with a male and a female, just know that you being honest with yourself and your friends and people that you meet, the more honest that you are about who you are and the more that you stand in who you are, the quicker the harmony will come back into the family. And you'll watch a shift where they will honor your own feelings about your sexuality. They will accept it. For those people who their family may not accept right here and right now, it doesn't mean that your family won't ever. And there is something in here about if your family chooses not to accept it and let's say abandons you or pushes you away or neglects you because you've come out with this, your true heart's desires, you will have a soul family that is sent to you and for you. Everybody comes from their own point of reference, and we're told in this world that people that are our family members will love us unconditionally, and then we realize that there's lots of conditions attached to that, and that if we don't do what they think or what they say, then it's actually conditional love. You just have so much love. The source really wants you to know that they are so proud of you for finally stepping into yourself. You have finally chosen to free yourself from the prison that you were in while you were hiding this part of yourself. There's a lot of healing that's going to take place within you right now and within your family dynamic. Pray for your family to be open to you and all that you bring forward, to show them that your sexuality doesn't change that person that they've loved all the way along. There's angels working overtime on this one. Love is love, and they are grateful that you found love and that you're expanding your own love. So just remain true to yourself and just know that it is your family's lesson in life to have to grow and expand to, and that you're a catalyst for that. Okay? There is someone out there, probably a couple 100,000 of yous, that they are really asking for you to take some quiet time to make or listen to music, to allow yourself to really cultivate your own creative expressions through being able to express your own truths of what it is that you've gone through your own awakening. Excuse me, they want you to be crafty, they want you to be artistic, they want you to honor your true feelings, be honest with yourself, and share the truth that you have found in your heart, your soul, and that you are now ready to speak. Yeah, so they're asking for you to recognize that they are delegating music and creativity to a specific collective that is aware of what changes we require in society when it comes to musical influence. The angels are pretty much doing a massive detox on this planet from all of the old and outdated information, vibrations. It's doing a massive detox and clearing the space on this planet so we can all really step into who we truly are. One of the things that they are doing is delegating people that are awakening or people that are going through the healing process. I'm being pulled to healing. To remember to share the process that they go through, have been through, and are going through to align with their own authenticity. I'm seeing the writing, I'm seeing the sitting around and doing sessions together, I'm seeing creative ebb and flow, and it's for the rise in consciousness. So it's like the heart that was filled with despair now sees the beauty in life, has remembered who they are, has remembered why we're here, has remembered to tap in and to share sounds and songs that also help the collective. So it's like I'm seeing hit songs being written, people in creative sessions, and it's like I'm watching, you know, us take over the charts with songs that are based in love and kindness and compassion and passion, encouragement, empowerment, inspiration. It's like an infusion of love that I'm seeing. And there is a collective of musicians, artists, creators, co-creators that are being delegated the role of helping the detoxification in order for people to truly come into themselves. If this is you, continue following your brilliant ideas, the honesty of your self-expression, the vulnerability, but yet the strength gained. The challenges, but the empowerment that it's actually provided you and allowed for you to find and step into in your own. The courage to move fearlessly forward, rocking who you are, loving who you are, loving who other people are. This feels so awesome. It's like coming into, it really does feel like a miracle. But it's not. It's all of us collectively making the choice to allow ourselves to create and to share our own inner expression about the honesty that we went through on our own path in order to align with our divine lights. For these people that choose these creative pursuits, because you are one of the delegates of source energy in the temples of love, light, truth, power, abundance, health, healing, happiness, and higher consciousness. They want you to know that as you continue to create and as you continue to express, that there are new opportunities coming forward for you that will put you into alignment with an abundance of a financial flow that is really going to it's so good. It's really going to change your life. You've been doing this life review and you've been working things out, and you've been listening to your own heart as you've been finding your truth. You've been tapping into the collective consciousness of rhythm and vibe and beats and words and beauty and pain and the dualities between the two, how contradictory we are as human beings, and yet there's like this flood. It's like, open the gate is what they're saying. Open the gate, unlock the door, and allow for the flood of creativity to come forward for you so that you can do your part to help support the shift in the collective that we are going through at this time. I guess that's all, folks, because it just went whoop, and here I am. I'm back. So thank you for anyone doing any of the work in this collective that they have spoken to today. I will be back to do fall equinox reading in the next couple of days. I love all of you. I hope that you're having a fantastic day, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Keep up the great work. Bye for now.